Honorable Governor Blogal.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my series of questions are directed at the Minister for Fisheries, but since he's not here, may I ask the Prime Minister to see if he can take the questions and make a commitment to respond at a later date. Mr. Speaker, my questions relate to a conversation that I've been having with the Minister for Fisheries. And this is in respect to two fishing vessels called CAPS 1 and CAPS 2, owned by a South Korean national through his company, United Fisheries. Prime Minister, these two vessels are licensed this year to fish in an area called Dogleg in Western Province on the borders of Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and Australia. 3 years ago, Prime Minister, CAPS 1 was caught by the Australian authorities illegally fishing in Australian waters. Prime Minister, this vessel was confiscated and brought, I believe, to Cairns, where our own Foreign Affairs Department officials and NFA officials negotiated for that vessel to be returned back to Papua New Guinea, and the Korean national and the company fined. CAPS 1 was caught between the 1st of October to the 8th of October and reported to be fishing in Gulf Province waters. Gulf Province waters are 200 to 300 kilometers away from a Dogleg area. And the vessel was caught on its transponders and the information was passed to me. And I therefore contacted the minister, and it was confirmed that the vessel had been fishing illegally in our waters. The result of this is that the vessel was recalled, and when it came back, a catch of over 100 tons of lobsters have been confiscated now and are waiting at the old wharf for us, the state, to make a decision to be brought ashore. Lobster is a bycatch of the prawn trawling industry in Gulf Province, and all bycatches are the property of the provincial governments and the local level governments in whose waters the bycatches are caught. So my question is very simple to you, Prime Minister. One, can you turn over, the state turn over, the bycatch that has been illegally caught in Gulf waters to the Gulf provincial government? That's my first question. Second question is, this particular company and the boat has been caught in Australia illegally fishing. The state took the responsibility 3 years ago to have it released back to PNG, where it has now been caught illegally fishing again. What is our government going to do in applying the penalties? Are you going to take the boat away because it's been caught illegally fishing in Gulf when it should be fishing in the Dogleg area in the Western Province? And thirdly, as I said, more importantly, can you organize for that, for the bycatch with National Fisheries to be turned over to the Gulf provincial government, and to also defray the costs of the operations, especially of the officers? And I want to thank the NFA, especially those officers who, under duress, provided information so that we stopped at least one example of illegal fishing in our waters. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me thank the Governor for asking this important question. Firstly, on the second question, we don't encourage illegal fishing, and if it is confirmed that these are illegal fishes, fishermen, illegal fishing ship doing illegal activities, then NFA was already instructed to terminate their license forthwith and for us to initiate the due processes. We are not a country for business partners to come in and to break laws, whether in the fishing space or any other space, forestry included. And so instruction has already been given to NFA to look at the operations of that company, and if there is illegality associated with it, then termination of license forthwith. On the issue on the catches being passed on to Gulf, NFA again has been instructed to look at law as it is, and if it can be done, then it will be done. And later on during the day, I will get back to you, Governor, on what NFA is doing on this matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.